Hello, good morning. Um, this is another recorded class for you. I wanted to take a moment before we started to express gratitude for the space that you've allowed me to come into your home, the space that you've given me to be able to do these videos as well as do the live. And just from my heart, I do appreciate you so much. Today's practice is a very challenging one. It will possibly stretch some limitations. And what I would ask you to do, as Swami Swachananda often says, you cannot stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. So just see what thoughts come up, what attitudes come up in the practice today, and give yourself some space. Maybe some space to watch this again and again and again. It's a pretty rich sequence that I've been working on. But before we start, I want to talk to you about the balance of equanimity. And I want to share with you a fable that's 1,000 years old that I am now sharing with you. So go tell somebody the story. If you've already heard it before, great. If you've never heard it before, it's a really good story. So there's an old story that illustrates the idea of equanimity, and that there was this farmer, and he had this one valuable asset that helped him to keep his farm going, and that was a horse. And one night, out of a thunderstorm or something spooked the horse runs off. And the next day, the old farmer is met by all the townsmen, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. What unfortunate luck. This is awful." And the farmer looks at the townspeople each time one of them extended their condolences, and he says, "Unfortunate or not, I don't know. All I know is that I don't have a horse." So a couple days pass, and suddenly out of nowhere, here comes this trusty horse coming back, and following the trusty horse are 6 stallions, like 6 really amazing horses that could plow an entire field in less than an hour, less than a day. And so the townspeople came back, and they were so excited, and they said, "Oh, what great luck you have. This is amazing. You have been blessed. You have been given all of these amazing, horses, and your wealth is abundant." And the farmer looked at each of the townsmen that came and congratulated them, and he said, "Good luck, fortunate or not. All I know is that I have a stable of 7 horses now." A couple days later, the farmer's young son was out with the cattle and with the horses, and he was on horseback. And one of the trailers that the horse was carrying got stuck. And as the horse kept lurching forward, he launched the boy off of his back. And the boy fell, and the horse was able to pull the carriage free, and the carriage ran over the young man's legs, and he was unable to walk. And the townspeople came to the farmer, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear this. It's devastating, and you must be so sad that your son is in such an unfortunate state." And the farmer replied, as he had done before, "Unfortunate state or not, all I know is that I have a son that is injured, that cannot walk." Less than a week later, an army sweeps through the entire town and taking out every young man that is able and capable of walking and able and capable of serving in the army. And they get to the farmer's house, and the son who is injured cannot go serve in the army. But every one of the children, every one of the sons in that community went to war. All except for the farmer's son. The fact is, we don't know what challenges, what life will bring. We do know that life is up and down. It is a heartbeat. But equanimity and neutrality helps to remind us that the meaning that we place on circumstances, the meaning that we give, and the stories that we create behind our circumstances can either create a place of suffering or a place of acceptance. And so in today's practice, I invite you to just check in with your attitude towards life right now. Just check in and see where and what is the meaning that you're giving. And we all have a choice. So let's begin by perhaps bringing the soles of our feet together. Bound angle pose, and place the hands onto the ankles. Rolling the hips forward and pointing the pubic bones down, and just hold here and breathe. We'll be adding the breath of fire with our bound angle pose. First, start by fluttering the knees as though they are butterflies. This is going to create a little bit of the rhythm for your breath. The breath of fire, we have a passive inhalation and a forceful exhalation. So it looks a little bit like this. Okay? We're going to do 10 of those in a row, out through our nose, as though you're blowing a gnat out of your nose. This is also called the Kapalabhati breath. Cindy actually did a class on Wednesday using this exact same breath. We're on the same wavelength. So as we begin, take a deep breath in and forcefully exhale out of the nose 10 times. Again. Pause. Take a deep breath in and let the arms float up. Exhale, palms down to heart center. Release the right hand out to the right side of the knee. We're going to turn towards that right knee and hinge forward, tucking the chin. Keep the left knee moving out to the side. So gentle curling here. Flip the left hand up to the right knee, rising up and out, and twist. Good. Bring it back to the front and over to the other side. Placing the right hand onto the left knee, rise up and out, and twist. And bring it back to the front. Kapalabhati breath, 5 rounds. Again. Take a deep breath in, arms up, palms touch, exhale down the center. Good, bring the hands to the ankles, rise up and out of the hips, hinge forward, take your bound angle and fold. Inhale, lifting up and out of the hips here. Bring the hands to the sides of the knees and pull the knees in. And give a gentle hug. Then we're going to come onto our back, lying down. I'm going to have you place a support between your knees. So grab a block, place it between the knees. Interlace the fingers behind the back of the head and point the elbows up towards the ceiling. On an inhale, we're going to press the low back down into the mat. And as you exhale, lift the head up. Inhale, lower the head back down. Deep breath in, exhale, lift. Draw the navel into the spine here. Inhale, back. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Let's push the limit. Good. Now we're going to lift the feet up, keep the block between the knees, bring the knees over the hips, Ankles pointing out from the knees. Inhale, low back presses down. Exhale, lift the head. Inhale, back. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Good. Lower the feet down. Keep the head lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet to the mat. Head to the mat. And release. Good job. Bring the hands down alongside the body. We're warming up here. Press the soles of the feet into the mat. Press the palms into the mat. Lift the hips up. Inhale. Lower them down. Exhale. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. 2 more. And this time as we lift, we're going to hold. So position those feet up underneath the knees. Walk the heels in if you need to. Lift up and hold. Press down with the soles of the feet here. Two more breaths. Good. Lower the hips. Lift the knees. Release the block and bring the knees in to hug. Add a gentle rocking motion from side to side. So our vinyasa today will be deep. It'll also be a bit of a flow. We'll add one pose per movement, as I like to do. We are going to start first with some sun salutations and then move into our flow. Beautiful. I hope you enjoy it. Let's cross at the ankle and rock ourselves up. Good job. Come onto all fours. Before we come into our sun salutation, we're going to come onto our elbows, tuck the toes under, and rise up into dolphin pose. Take a deep breath in, lift the hips, press the heels down. Good, breathe. Keep pressing the knees back to open up the back of the legs. Lower the knees back down. We're going to position our right hand directly in front or behind in line with the left elbow. Tuck the right elbow in. Press the ground away. Lift up. Drop the heels. Breathe. A little bit more challenge onto that shoulder of the left arm. Just keep breathing. Press down with the right hand. Heels pull back. Good. Lower the knees. Change sides. Right elbow comes forward. Left hand pressing down in alignment with the right elbow. Inhale, lift down, dolphin pose. Doing great. And lower those knees. Bring the hands back. Lift up and press the ground away. Down dog. Great job. All right, look to the top of the mat. Step or jump up. Forward fold. Rising all the way up. Let's move into our sun salutation. Exhale to mountain. Inhale, circle the arms around to go up. Gentle back bend. Swan dive down. Flat back up the in breath. Exhale, forward fold. Step or jump to the back of your mat. Lower down, crocodile style, or chaturanga. Rise up for cobra. Good. Tuck the toes. Down dog. Jump to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Flat back. Good. All the way up. Gentle back bend. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Matching breath with movement. Exhale down. Inhale to cobra. Let it out. Good. Rise up. Jumping forward. Forward fold. all the way up. Good. 3, inhale, exhale. Breathing in, breathe out to go down. Good. Beautiful. Forward fold, flat back, all the way up and down. Good. All right, come to the top of the mat. Inhale, circle the arms around to go up. Exhale, all the way down. Rock into the balls of the feet, lift the heels. Lower the knees, or bend the knees, lower the hips. Come all the way down into a toe squat, a floating chair. We're gonna bring our arms up, palms come to the heart. We're working through balance here. Take a twist over to the right, pressing the left elbow into the right knee. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take it to the other side. Now as we do this pose, if you want to, you can place a block up underneath the knees, give you a little bit of support here. Working up towards your balance. We're going to bring the hands down to the mat, rock the weight of the body forward, and step to the back of your mat, finding downward dog. Lifting our right leg, or so let's start with I'm going to start with my left leg. So lifting our leg up, bend into the knee. We're going to position it forward into pigeon pose. Just as a way to open up the body first, lay the back leg down. Lifting up and out of the hips here, breathe. Good. Tuck the toes of the back foot, press the ground away, step back into down dog. Left leg up, bend into the knee, and then pull it forward. Opposite leg. Lifting up and out, the crown of the head rising up towards the sky, breathe. And then tuck the toes of the back foot, take it back to downward dog. Gonna walk up to the top of the mat, find our forward fold, and circle the arms all the way up and down. Good job, let's add on. Inhale up, swan dive down. Lifting the heels, lower down into a toe squat, palms to touch, and twist. Back to the front, and twist. Good job. Hands come down, weight of the body comes forward as you lift the hips, step to the back of your mat. Down dog. Adding on now. This time as we lift the left leg up, bend into the knee, we're only going to place the knee in the middle of our mat here. So place it down. Good. Lift the right leg up, sunbird lift. Hold, and then lower the toes down. We're going to come over onto our left thigh here. Pull the left heel in and swing the right leg around, coming into shoelace. Told you we're going to be testing some limits here. Rising up and out of the hips with shoelace, breathing in. Exhale, fold it down and forward. As we rise back up, swing that top leg back behind you. Come back up onto the knee. Down dog. Let's try the other side. Lifting that leg up, bend the knee. I'm going to only position it in the middle of the mat. Sunbird lift. Good. As the toes come back down, rock over to that thigh. I'm going to be a little bit behind you. Bring the knee around and come into shoelace. Sitting up nice and tall here. Hinge forward. So remember that equanimity. Sometimes we find poses that we're like, oh, this is the pose that I absolutely love, or this is the pose that I don't love. rising up and out. Swing that leg back around, come back onto the knee, step back into down dog. Walk it forward. Forward fold. Rising all the way up. Breath in. And back down. Pull the weight of the body forward into that toe squat. Palms touch and twist. Keep working through that balance, the weeble wobbles as Deb did earlier this week. Hands down, lift the hips, step back. Right leg up, bend the knee and bring it to the middle of your mat. Sunbird lift, sunbird bow. Lift it back up, take it over to the side, and shoelace. I'm going to add cow face pose here. So we're going to extend our left arm out. So if your left leg is over the right, you'll do the left arm up in the sky. If your right is over, you'll switch. Bend the elbow and then reach under behind you with the opposite hand. Breathe. Breathe. You're doing great. Release the hands. Reach forward and down. Beautiful. As we rise up, take it back. Come back onto the knee. Down dog. Let's do the other side. Lifting up and out of the hip with that extended leg, three-legged down dog. Bend the knee and bring it to the middle of the mat. Inhale, lift up, sunbird lift. Exhale, sunbird bow. Inhale, rise. Good. As you bring the foot back down, you're going to rock over to the side. Come into shoelace. So the leg that's on top, that's the hand that's going to go above the crown of the head. Bottom hand comes behind, palm facing out, and we bend into the elbow, reach down, and just reach towards the hand. So here, it's not so much about touching, but creating that space where you lift up into the heart. Breathe. Your practice offers an opportunity to just become better at recognizing where and when and how you get caught in reactivity. Release, arms up, hinge forward. So this is an opportunity to bring a little bit of play to the practice too. Very good. Rising up and out. Release that top leg. Come back onto kneeling and down dog. Good job. Let's take it to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Reverse swan dive all the way up. And exhale down. Good. Toe squat, floating chair. Twist. Other side. Hands come down. We lift the hips. Step to the back of your mat. Downward dog. Let's take a moment to deepen our down dog. Look for the top of the mat. Pull the weight of the body back into the hips, back into the heels. Lower the head down. Feel the stretch along the spine. Tune into the attitude here, lifting that leg up. Three-legged down dog. Bend into the knee. Pull it forward and lay it down in the middle of the mat. Good. Lift up and out with the other leg. Sunbird lift. Exhale, sunbird bow. Inhale, rising up. Toe comes back down. Coming on to the side and moving into shoelace. Good job. Cow face pose. Extending that arm up and behind. Breathe in. Lift the heart here. Lean the head back into the forearm. Beautiful. As you release the arms, lifting up and forward fold. Beautiful. Let's keep going. As we rise up and out, we're going to lift that top knee, internally rotate it over to the side. So you're in that deer pose. With the left side, making a figure 8, bring it down, up and around. Then as you plant the hand, lift the right arm up and reach over, breathe. So we did this one, I guess it was last week, this movement pose, inspired by one of my favorite teachers, Kate Potter. Windmill those arms back around, all the way around, release the leg, come up onto that knee. There you go, down dog. Let's take it to the other side. Lift, three-legged down dog. Full expression of the pose, bend the knee. Bring it to halfway. Good, inhale, rise up and out of the mat, sunburn lift. Exhale, sunburn bow. Inhale, rise. Good, toes to the mat. Coming over onto that thigh. Now I'm positioning myself so that I can actually see you and not look at the wall. Coming into shoelace. And then cow face pose, breathing in, breathing out. Stay with me here, stay in the room with me. Sometimes we get so comfortable with what is. Inhale, arms up, hinging forward. So another way our practice becomes a laboratory is when we start to see our attachments to maybe certain poses or certain sequences. If you've been with me long enough, you know that I typically don't do the same sequence every week, except on Fridays. Coming into that deer pose, figure 8 with the right arm, and lay it down, lift the left, and reach up and over. Maybe that's work that I could be doing. Stay consistent with the same sequence. What I have learned with my practicing yoga is the creative expression that I get to take with what we do in our studio together. Coming back onto that position of all fours, so usually I would have been facing the other direction, but that's okay. And down dog. Take it to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Circle your arms around to go up. Inhale, gentle back bend. Exhale, swan dive down. Good. Coming into that toe squat. Hands to the heart and twist. Good. Inhale back to center. Hands come forward. Going back into our downward dog. Let's go through that sequence and add on a little bit more. Full expression of your down dog here. Each time we go through this, you have an opportunity to go a little bit deeper. Three-legged down dog. If you like to bend into the knee and drop that heel over to the opposite hip, maybe look underneath the armpit and then pull the knee down to the middle of the mat. Sunbird lift. Sunbird bow. Exhale. Lift up and out. Good. Lower the toes and come into that shoelace preparation. And into cow face pose. Good. Breathing here. And as you release the hands, arms up, hinge forward. Pulling it back up, elongating the spine from out of the hips. Lift the top knee, slide it over to the side. Figure 8 with the left arm. Making a figure 8 in the sky, land the left hand down, reach up and over with the right. Beautiful. All right, here's our next pose. As we bring that right hand back down, we're going to swing the left leg around and up into the air. Take hold of the back of the left leg and lift it up as high as you can. Flex the foot and draw the chin down towards the throat. Releasing that leg, take it back behind you. Come back onto all fours or threes, down dog. And do the other side. Three-legged down dog, lift it up and bend. Open if you choose. And then place the knee down onto the mat. Inhale, sunbird lift. Exhale, sunbird bow. Rising back up. Preparing for our shoelace on this side. Cow face pose. Lean the head back, lift the heart, breathe. And as you release the arms, lift them up and hinge forward. Pressing the ground away, sitting back under the hips, uncurl the spine and slide that top leg back and around your pose. Figure eight. And then lifting up the left arm, take it to the right. Now as you windmill those arms back around, slide that left foot forward and up into the air. Hold, flex the foot, head down. Keep pressing that heel up and out here. Beautiful. One more breath. Bend the knee, bring it back behind you. Come back up onto that right knee. Down dog. Take it to the top of the mat. Forward fold. So increasing flexibility with our attachments to things. Swan dive up, gentle back bend, and swan dive down. Good. Pull the weight of the body into the balls of the feet. You've got this. Find your toe squat. Perhaps it's getting easier. Or maybe you're giving yourself a little bit more grace. Down dog. Three-legged down dog. Full expression of the pose here. Preparing for sunbird lift. Inhale, rise. And bow. Good. Preparing for our shoelace. Cow face pose. Rising up and fold. As we inhale to come up, we're going to lift that top knee. Remember, send it around to the back. Figure eight. Reach up and over, side bend. Good. As we windmill the arms around, we're going to slide that back foot forward, lift it up into the air. Ready for the next part? Extend the leg down to the top of the mat. Using your hands, you're going to press the ground away, bend into the front knee, tuck the toes of the back knee, and find head to knee. Drawing the hips back here, so we want to feel the length along the back of that front leg. Breathe. Step to the back of the mat with the front leg. Find down dog. Yay! That pretty transition. And do that again. Except this time we're going to do it on the other side. So we are bending that Opposite leg. So for me, it's the right. Bringing it down to the mat. Lifting up and out, sunbird lift. Sunbird bow. Rising back up, knee, foot to the ground. Bringing it over to the side. Coming into shoelace. Cow face pose. Breathe. Releasing the hands, lifting up from the waist. Exhale, swan dive forward. As you rise back up, lift the top knee, lift it behind you. Figure eight. Side bend. Good. As you come back, slide that back leg forward, lift and hold. Press that heel out. Good. And lower it down. Go ahead and lower the upper body down too, just a little bit. Ooh, yeah. Good. As you rise up, press down into the earth. Lift the hips, come onto the knee, bend that front knee. Step the back leg back, head to knee. Keep reaching back with the hips here. So it's almost as though you have a pull. That tailbone, that glute is pulling you back. And then step to the back of the mat. Down dog. Walk to the top of the mat. Forward fold. All right, so the second half of this flow is very, very simple. You all know this one. There's nothing new that's coming up now. Let's take it into our toe squat. Finding that twist. So we're adding on the second half, a little bit of warrior, which should feel very familiar. It's that balance between something that's so unfamiliar with something that is familiar. Downward dog. Bringing the knee, lifting that leg up, sorry. Bend. Actually, I'm going to change legs. And then bring that knee down. Inhale, lift up and out, sunbird lift. Exhale, sunbird bow. Good, rise up, toe down, come on to the thigh. You can position that for pigeon. Just make sure you're not too far to the top of your mat. Finding your shoelace and cow face. I'm going to post these poses in the comments below for you. Worked out the sequence and the creative expression of it. Figure eight. And over into a side bend. And as it comes forward, slide that back leg forward and lift it up into the air. Tuck the chin. And go ahead on this side as you lower the knee, leg down. Bring the torso down too. Breathe. Maybe push that heel out if you want a deeper stretch in the back of the leg. Oh, yeah. Good. Rising up. Press the ground away. Bend the front knee. Straighten the back leg. Good. Head to knee here. All right, so we're just going to add on to the rest of this for you, okay? Let's plant the back heel down behind us. Bend into the front knee, and then windmill the arms up into warrior two. Good. Holding your warrior two, shifting the hips, squaring them off. Bring the hands down and around behind you as you lift that back heel, interlace the fingers, and take it into humble warrior. Touching that elbow to the inside of that knee, draw the chin in, push that mat down here, hold your balance, hold your balance. Hold your balance. Good. Release the hands and rise up into crescent. You're like, what the hell? Equanimity. Hands come down and pull the weight of the body forward into needle pose. And pull that back leg in. Forward fold. Beautiful job. That is our whole sequence. Let's take it all the way onto the other side. Pull the weight of the body into the toes. Bend the knees. Lower the hips. Hands to the heart. Twist. Exhale here. Good. Inhale back to center. And twist. Good. Bring it back to center. Hands come down. Lift the hips. Step to the back of your mat. If you want to jump, you can. Down dog. Good job. Let that leg float up. Three-legged down dog. And pull it to the knee. To the mat. Inhale, sunbird lift. Exhale, bow. Rising up and out. Toe touches. And we position the knee onto the mat, finding shoelace. Cow face pose. Breath in. Breath out, lean back. Good. Inhale, release the hands. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rising up. Flip that top leg behind you. Exhale here. Figure eight. Breath in. Breath out, side bend. Good. Inhale, windmill those arms back around. Slide that leg forward and lift. Pull it down. Push that heel out if you want. Same stretch on this side. Good job. Lifting up. Hands to the mat. Foot to the mat. Press and rise up. Step back. Head to knee. Good job. Plant that back heel behind you. Bend into the front knee. Windmill those arms up for warrior two. Soft smile here. So just notice when and how you get caught in reactivity. Hands come down behind the back of the body. Interlace those fingers. Lift the back heel. Square off the hips. Humble warrior. Being humble to all change, all of life's ups and downs, the heartbeat. Release the hands, rise up, crescent, warrior. As we bring the hands forward and down, pull the weight of the body forward and find needle pose. Good job. Slip that leg in, find your forward fold. If you're with me, we're going to go through that one last time, one breath per movement, creating a magical, beautiful flow. Starting with our toe squat. Inhale, lift the heels, lower down. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale to twist. Exhale, let it out. To the other side. Releasing the hands down. Step or jump to the back of your mat. Exhale, down dog. Leg rises up behind you, breathing in, and exhale, three-legged down dog. Knee to the mat, breathing in, lift. Exhale, sunbird bow. Inhale, lift and push it back. Positioning the hips down. Exhale to shoelace when you get there. Cow face pose, breathing in. Breathing out, lean back. Release the arms, breathing in. And down, breathe it out. Hold here for one full breath. Relax the hips. Good. Rising up and out. Lift the top knee, slide it back. Figure eight. Plant it down. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, windmill back. Leg comes around and up. Exhale, down. Inhale, rise. Press the ground away. Lift the hips. Come forward. Head to knee. Good. Plant the back heel. Position yourself ready to windmill those arms up for warrior two. Exhale here. Humble warriors next. Inhale. Exhale. High lunge. Inhale. Beautiful. Bring the hands forward and down, finding needle pose. Forward fold. Last time. Beautiful. Stay in the room. Three-legged down dog. You may need to take an extra pause of a breath, especially if you lose count. Shoelace. Cow face. Forward fold. Stay here for a breath. Good. Rising up. Lift and slip. Deer pose. Figure eight. Bring it back around. Lift. Take it down. Rising up. Plant the foot. Press down to come up. Step back. Head to knee. Plant the back heel. Bend into the front knee. Windmill. Warrior two. Humble warrior. High lunge. Preparing for needle. Pull it down. Step the feet about hip width apart. Soft bend to the knees. Place the right elbow into the left palm, left elbow into the right palm, and let the elbows pull the weight of the body forward and down. Stay with the sensation in the back of your legs. Slight tilt to the tailbone up to the sky, feeling the toes pressing down. Good. One more breath. Bring everything back into balance here. To release the hands down, we're going to step just to the middle of our mat. Hands to the mat, feet to the mat. Draw the weight of the body back as you draw the belly towards the top of the thighs. Soft bend to the knees. Pull the knees down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Walk the knees back if you need to. Good job. Walk those knees out to the sides. I'm going to pull the weight of the body forward, lift the feet up and come down onto the thighs, the belly, the chest. Stack your hands. Bring the feet together. Allow the feet to move away from the tailbone as you keep the soles of the feet together and breathe. As we balance out, working the outsides of the hips with the insides of the hips. If you'd like to prop yourself up, it does create a deeper stretch. You can come up onto your forearms or you can come back down. It's up to you. Again, recognizing when, where, or perhaps how you may be getting caught up into reactivity. Just being curious with it. There are certain poses that I know we all abhor, absolutely just cannot stand them. So where is the equanimity? It is said that the poses that you like the least are the ones that you need the most. Partially because we have so much judgment against discomfort. 2 more breaths. Deep into the belly. To come out of this pose safely, first separate the feet and send them out beyond the knees, resting the arches onto the ground. Wide legs here. If you're propped up, go ahead and lower back down onto your chest. Allow the hips to settle in here. And then we're going to press the toes into the mat. Lift the thighs and the knees up off the ground and walk the feet in. Walk the legs in. Bend the knees and just windshield wiper, sweep from side to side. And then when you're ready, pancake flip over to the other side. Come on to your back. Allow the feet to fall open, which they probably will do very easily now, or a little bit more than before. Rest the back of the hands down on the ground alongside the body. Tucking the shoulder blades underneath the back of the body. Collarbones wide here. And then begin to tune your awareness into the spaces created in our practice today. Noticing the sensations in the joints of the toes. Noticing the space that was created in the arches and in the ankle. And just feel the breath, your awareness swirling around in the knees, behind the kneecap. And then feel the movement of awareness moving through the hips and the pelvis. Deep inside the tailbone and the sacrum. And up the spine. Take a deep breath in and feel the expansion of the ribs as you breathe in. And then let go of any holding in the ribs as you breathe out. Perhaps feeling the shoulders and the sensations inside the shoulder joint. And the elbows. And down into the wrists. And throughout the fingers. Bring your awareness up into the neck and throat. And allow your attention to move through the head as you perhaps notice the space that was created there. As perceptions perhaps were changed, limitations were challenged. Allow the eyes to go soft now. The corners of the eyes go smooth. And just let the eyes float back. Relaxing the cheekbones. Let the corners of the mouth go smooth. As you let go of doing and just move into just being present and aware, neutral, and feeling a sense of equanimity. Allow your body to rest now, and allow your practice to be integrated. Handing over to the innate intelligence of everything that's happening in your body now to really use your practice optimally for your health and well-being. So just rest. And then this time, allow me to guide you through a loving kindness meditation. Bring to mind the image of someone for whom you are an acquaintance with. Maybe it's somebody that you've seen in passing, but you don't know their name. And with this person in your mind's eye, just repeat the following phrases to yourself, coordinating with the out-breath if you like. All beings, like yourself, are responsible for their own action. Suffering or happiness is created through one's relationship to experience, not by experience itself. Although I wish only the best for you, I know that your happiness or unhappiness depends on your action, not on my wishes for you. May you not be caught in reactivity. Now shift your attention to someone that you love, a family or a friend. And as you contemplate and see them in your mind's eye, repeat the following phrases to yourself, coordinating with the out-breath if you wish. All beings, like yourself, are responsible for their own action. Suffering or happiness is created through one's relationship to experience, not by experience itself. And although I wish only the best for you, I know that your happiness or unhappiness depends on your action, not on my wishes for you. May you not be caught in reactivity. Sometimes it's easier for us to accept that those that we are just acquaintances with, or perhaps even people that we dislike, are responsible for their own happiness than those that we care for deeply. Just note any reactivity you're feeling right now. And now finally, let's contemplate equanimity in regards to yourself. Repeating these phrases to yourself. All things, all beings, including myself, are responsible for our own actions. Suffering or happiness is created through one's relationship to experience, not by experience itself. And although I wish only the best for myself, I know that my happiness or unhappiness depends on my own actions, not my wishes for myself. May I not be caught in reactivity. Slowly and gently, bringing your awareness back into the physical space, the physical body, and just noticing, just witnessing. And as you draw any insight from your practice today and tuning it into your intention, take a deep breath in. And in your own time, begin to reawaken in the body, moving the fingers and the toes, fully stretching, or just lying here, and allowing the body to wake up. And in your own time and in your own way, begin to make your way onto your side, yogi's choice. When we can cultivate a space of equanimity, a space of allowance, non-attachment, we actually find that love is boundless. And most often, as with so many things, it begins with you. Honoring your time on the mat today, 2 life-affirming breaths. When you're ready, using your top hand, pressing down to come up, finding that easy pose, and resting our palms onto our heart. May we have the capacity to open up infinitely and embrace all being. It's through the love that we share with each other, our family, our friends, that we turn in on ourselves. We can learn to extend that love beyond. Finding that equanimity, finding and noticing that reactivity. So wherever you go today, whatever you're doing, whatever you're watching or seeing or interacting with, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you know peace. May you look upon each other individual as just as deserving. From my heart to yours, I honor you, I see you. In case I haven't told you today, I love you. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. Mwah. Heart hugs, and I will see you soon. Bye.